They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
Because she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!
Yes, indeed, the witch is back. Hopefully you can hear me. Yes, indeed. Yes, hopefully everything is good. Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Beyond Authentic. My name is Lisa. I am the tarot reader du jour. I am the one that's here ready to do your readings today. So how do you get a reading on this channel? It's dead simple. All you need to do is wait until you hear this sound. That's your notification that a round has been opened. At that point, it's time to pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. You'll also see a message pop up on screen. Well, not on screen, but you'll see a message pop up in the live chat, which says pretty much the same thing. Not that. I don't know why that is like that. Bear with. But yes, at that point, you will be able to pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. That is your notification to get those questions in. Once you've done that, I need to reset this because something once again is not right. So yes, at that point, I will... sorry, I've been completely flummoxed. The only thing I can't check before I come online is that the chat is actually working the way it's supposed to. And of course, I start to check it as soon as I can to make sure that it's okay for everybody coming in. And the minute I do is the minute that, of course, it isn't working. So once again, we start the round with a very lovely, or we start the string with a very lovely, mess up, a technical glitch. So let me just pop that one back out and hopefully, why is it now not working? There we go. Now I've got it. Oh my lord, that took a little while. I don't understand why that took so long to kick in, but anyway, I've got it now. I have it now. I have it now. It's all working good in theory, so yay. Right, so as I was saying, once I've announced a round, and you'll get the message on screen like so. At that point, get your question in, okay? Because that is the notification that you need. That is the notice, you need to get your question in. Once it's in, right, one person will get selected at random to have their reading done. Okay, that's how it works on this channel. If, however, you want to guarantee that your question is up next, you can do that by literally sending it through in the form of a super chat. That will come through to me, and when it does, I will then read for the person that sent it. And the way that works is I'll do their reading. If we get more than one reading in at a time, then what I will do is do them in the order they came in on. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to very quickly go over to our housekeeping and play this while I try and reset the buttons, because otherwise I've got no on-screen chat tonight, and that will be a shame. So bear with me just 1 second. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. Absolutely, that's really important. Please do protect your digital footprint online, not just here, but anywhere else on the interwebs. So then, hopefully everything is good. I've got the messages up on screen, so that's the message there that will appear when the round is open. Let's just check that I can pull up people's messages. Good evening to Ed. Ed is one of our lovely moderators, as is Patricia. You can tell that because their names on the YouTube is in blue, and it has a little spanner next to their names as well. Patricia is a doodah. You just had an advert for dog food pop up. Oh, that's good then. That's good. Dormouse is here. Hi everyone. Hope you're all well. Helga is here. Good evening to you, Helga. I'm very well, thank you, Dormouse. I'm doing all right. Isn't it great being owned by the four-legged species? It is. It really is. It's you've got a sleepy pupper and Cato demanding the fire be put on. Oh, little sweethearts. It's a weird one today, isn't it? Because it doesn't feel cold. It really doesn't feel cold, but it doesn't feel that warm either. And I've just put the fan on because it's a little bit close. It's a little bit muggy in this room. Anyway, it is June. We are happily into June. Helga, there are paid readings. If you would like, you can send your reading through in the form of a super chat, my darling, if that is what you would like to do. You can also wait until we open a round and then pop your question into the chat, starting with the word question. So you can send it through as a super chat. The details are on screen right now. Or you can also wait until we open a round, which I'll be doing in a couple of seconds time. In fact, I've just sent that one through too quick, but never mind. Yes, we'll be opening up the round very, very shortly. Also, I am noticing as I sit in the chair here, I'm sort of being swallowed up. So you can see the lovely crow here. This is Magic the Crow. This is Truth, the little skull here behind, in my little coven of pop culture witches area. This is my pop culture coven. There we go. Just move that down slightly, and then you can see I've got a Minecraft witch just here. I've got Elphaba from Wicked, Ursula. I've got a this is one of those free crochet dolls that I found, look just like me. This is a flying monkey from Wicked stroke Wizard of Oz. And then just here, new additions for today, I've got a little baby Maleficent just there, and then the Evil Queen and an Agatha, and obviously Agatha there as well. So they are my coven of pop culture witches who are just there as, oh, sorry everyone, bear with, I'm just trying to get it so you can see me over the top of the words, because that's probably, well, I don't know whether that's an important thing or not, to be fair. And I will just make the comment slightly smaller because that is rather big. Look at that. There we go. It's working now. Hurrah. We are all good. Nobody touch anything. Right then. So, as I said in that pre-recorded video for the housekeeping, do please make sure that you protect your online digital space. So please, in the chat, you can share lots of information. If you would like, if you've got something that is worrying you or troubling you and you would like to get a reading about it, if there is something going on in your life that you are wanting some clarity on, that is all fantastic. But also in the chat, that is a perfect space for our lovely community to chat to one another. So if there's any tarot related questions, if you want to know how the channel works, you can always ask one of the moderators in the chat. But also if you've got any other sort of questions about the channel or who I am or what we do, pop those in the chat as well. I am sure if not one of the mods, then one of either the members or our regular subbies, our regular subscribers will be able to help you out. I am absolutely sure of it. Got to say hello to Holland as well. Good evening, Holland. I hope you are well. I am also running on 0 spoons at the moment, so it's going to be an interesting stream. So then, I do think it is time. Shall we start as we mean to go on? Shall we start with the first open round of the evening? I think that's probably a good idea. So I am using tonight, I've gone back to the old favourite of the Fifth Spirit Tarot deck because it's one of the decks that I have the biggest connection with currently. It speaks volumes to me. It really does. And as a tarot reader, if anyone's ever wondered why tarot readers can sometimes have multiple different decks, it's largely because different decks have slightly different ways of speaking to us. This particular deck that I use is very upfront. It's very much like a best friend. I always say that a friend of yours could say to you, do you know what, Lisa, you've been a bit poorly recently, so when you're feeling better, we'll go for coffee. It's a lovely thing for a friend to say, isn't it? But your best friend is the only person that can turn around to you and say, look, Lisa, you've been in that bed for 3 weeks on end, right? You need to get up. You need to have a shower. You stink and you need to get out of the house. So I'm going to come over to yours in 1 hour. Get yourself up, get yourself showered, throw some clothes on. We're going to go out for a coffee. If you're not up for walking around town, we'll just go to the drive-thru and sit in the car. That is what we're doing. I'll be at yours in an hour. Only your best friend can say that. This is what this deck is like. It's like your best friend calling you out on your BS when it's needed and giving you that support, but also not taking any of your nonsense. Do you know what I mean? That is what the deck is all about, and I love it. Plus, it is one of the most inclusive decks I have ever come across. There are different genders, different body types, different races, different everything. They are very, very, very different people depicted in this deck, just like our wonderful planet of people here. So then, hopefully, by all the various sort of trans flag things you can see around me, and by the fact that we've got these lovely icons up here, hopefully you can all see that this is a open space and a welcome space for absolutely everybody. Whoever you are, however you identify, we are open, and it is a safe space for you. So then, all of that being said, let's open up the first round with this wonderful noise. And the round is officially open, so please do pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. One of those will then get selected by the keeper of the questions, unless we get a super chat. Any super chat that comes in will automatically get their question slot, will get their question read in the next available slot. If we get more than one super chat, we will read them in the order they come in. And if you want to get a longer question, then a super chat of £8 or $10 that will get you that longer question. So do go ahead and yes, do absolutely go ahead and do one of those two things if you would like to. We are going to start off today, as my voice is crackling already, with a lovely waterfall. I love waterfalls. Their energy is so special. You've got 30 seconds to get your question in.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Yes, indeed. Do just ask one of our lovely moderators. They are all incredibly lovely people who share their time with me on this channel, and they are the reasons that I can do what I do here. So again, hugely thank you to the mods. Right then, I've got Helga. Helga, you have been randomized. I don't know how many questions there were. I don't normally look at the chat screen when I'm doing that. Let me just find your question, Helga. Oh, that's not it. Strange weather. It was, oh no, heavy rain in the Midlands. Oh, I don't recognise that flag. I don't recognise that. It was snowing today in the Midlands. Was it? In June? Oh my gosh. I did say earlier I felt quite cold, but at the moment I don't know what's wrong with me. My thermostat is absolutely all over the place at the moment. It really, really is. So I don't actually know quite what is happening in terms of the weather, because the YouTube says, oh, it's really warm, and then I'm like, no, it's not. I'm quite cold, actually. I'm quite cold. Poorly me. Anyway, right, let's go across to the card cam. I was just looking at it then on the other screen. It looks like this here is all folded over. It's not. It's just the design. We've got a lovely circle, you see. At least no volcanoes or earthquakes here. Yes, in June in Iceland. Oh, you're in Iceland. Oh my god. I hope you're okay there, my darling. It's weird because I don't know if anybody else gets this, but whenever anybody says they're in Iceland, I always want to say, oh, can you pick me up some sausages while you're there? Because it's Iceland for us here in the UK is a well-known frozen food supermarket. And they do a lot of the Slimming World food. So I'm always like, oh, can you see if they've got the Vindaloo back in stock? No, Lisa. Iceland, the country. That is where Helga is. The country of Iceland, not in a local shop down the road. Anywho, let's have a look. So then, here we go. So as always, we are going to cleanse the space. By the way, if your name isn't Helga and you asked a question, do me a favor, select and then copy your question. Copy your question, if that makes sense. Copy what you've put and get ready to paste it in when we get the next round. Okay, so just hold off it yet. There will be more rounds. Get ready to paste it in when we get to that point. So then let's go ahead and start for tonight. So we're cleansing the space. There we go. And we are bringing in Wispy. So then, Wispy, good evening to Wispy. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say Wispy, Wispy is an elemental air dragon. Did that not post? Yes, it did. Thank you. There should be a comment in the chat linking to a podcast episode that me and Neil did all about my dragons. What are dragons? What are the thought forms, egregores, servitors that I created? And what is Wispy's purpose? Well then, that's the question. So question, Wispy. Wispy, Helga wants to know, will love come soon? Is love on the way for lovely Helga? I'm assuming you're lovely Helga because you're here in our community and our community is all full of lovely people. So I'm assuming that you are also lovely. So yay. If you're not, then just pretend you are for this stream. Okay, it's fine. So then we're going to do the... what spread do we want to use today? Is love coming your way? Let's see if we can use a specific... Okay, I'm going to do you a different spread. We're going to do what you have. So in other words, what you have in terms of your availability to love, in terms of sort of where you are in terms of your romantic energy, right? So what you have at the moment, where you are at the moment in terms of love, then what you want. So we'll look at the love that you are after and then how to get it, right? So if it's coming through, it will come through either on that last card or in this in this position. So then Wispy, if that's all clear, we go with what you have and where you are romantically. Ooh, you've got the sun. You've got lots of, I know it's cold, but you've got lots of lovely sun energy around you. The sun is a wonderful card. It's all about positivity, growth. It's all about looking to the future. It's that feeling when normally when when summer hits and you get that first flush of, oh, everything feels really nice. Everything feels like, you know, the birds are tweeting, the sun is shining, the trees are full and lovely. Everything is grand. Do you know what I mean? It feels really, really bright. The sun can also represent children, but it's mainly all of that really positive growth energy. So this coming up in the way you are, what you have in terms of your love spectrum, your love area, this is the one that is basically saying, look, it feels like whatever may have happened in the past is now gone. It's cleared out your system. All of that, any negativity you have from any past relationships, that's been well and truly dealt with. It's like you have it's like you have healed that, you have worked through whatever that is, and that you're actually now open and ready for a loving relationship. So what you're looking for the magician. So you are looking for somebody to come your way and completely change your world. Now that's a big ask. Okay, so the magician, the reason I'm saying that is because the magician is somebody who has all the tools at their fingertips, right? They can change the world. They can literally change the world around them, manifest things as they see fit. And this magician coming up in the what you're looking for the all in an all or nothing relationship. Do you know what I mean? That feels like what you're looking for. You're looking for the one. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people say we're waiting for the one. That is fine. I also do know that sometimes the one for now is also perfectly, that's perfectly acceptable. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes we just need the one for now. The one can wait if the one for now is here. But yeah, it does feel as if that energy is bubbling. And then this is the one. How do you get this? How do we get that love energy coming in? Knight of Cups. Cups is romance. Cups is romance. You're going to have to go out and you're going to have to put yourself out of your comfort zone. So this isn't going to come knocking on your front door. And I say that a lot about relationships, but this isn't going to come knocking on your front door going, hello, Helga, would you mind falling in love with me now, please? I've come to fall in love with you. Can you fall in love with me back, please? Hello, shall we go out for a date now? We're falling in love. It's not going to come that way, right? This Knight of Cups is absolutely telling you that you need to put yourself out of your comfort zone, right? And get out and about, because the knights in the tarot deck, for me, the knights are the go-getters. These are the ones, sometimes they go off half-cocked, sometimes they jump in when they should look. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes they're the ones to go walking over a pond that's got ice on it without checking how thick the ice is. Sometimes it goes against them, but they're also the ones who recognize what they want and go for it. They might not always do it in the best way, but they do. They go, do you know what? I am going to go and get XYZ, even if that thing happens to be a fictional holy grail. Do you know what I mean? So that is what the cards are telling you. It's telling me here with this mix of these three cards that you are absolutely in the right place right now, right? You are in the perfect place. You've got this nice, warm, loving energy that is starting to fill your battery. It's starting to charge you up, get you ready. You've got rid of all of that negativity from any past relationships or any past connections. You're here now looking for that connection that's going to change your life. And this is the key. This is the key, my darling, right? I think the cards aren't saying it's a lost cause. There's no reverse cards here. There's nothing negative here. There's no this isn't a sword card which say love's not going to come your way or anything like that. This is absolutely saying you need to get out there. Now, what this means for you, it could mean getting yourself onto, I don't know, Bumble. I nearly said Ticker. It's not Ticker, is it? What the hell is it? I think I'm confusing TikTok and there's another one, isn't there? The other app, the famous one where you swipe. Brain's gone. The Doodah app. We'll just call it the Doodah app. My brain has completely gone, so it's melted out of my ear holes right now. What's it called? The one where it's the big famous dating app that everybody uses these days. All I want to say is Twitter, and it isn't Twitter. But anyway, whatever it is, right? Whether you get yourself on an online app, whether you get yourself on a website, or, and this is the thing with the knights, okay? This is the important thing with knights. Knights, because they're active, this is talking about maybe get yourself out there and join some groups, right? And I give this advice all the time. If you are looking for a new partner, and say you're looking for a partner that's got certain characteristics, right? I don't know. Say for you might be, thank you everyone, put it in the chat, Tinder, thank you. It might be, my darling, that you are somebody who loves bike riding, right? And that you are looking for someone, as well as being, attractive looking and a nice personality and all of those things, you're looking for someone that also shares that love of bike riding. Maybe go and join a cycling club. There may be some people there that are single and looking to mingle. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe your interest is in painting. Go to a painting course. Maybe your interest is in ... Whatever it is, right? You might be a vegan and want to share your vegan lifestyle with someone. And in that case, go to vegan, there are vegan societies and vegan groups that have meetups. Go and do that. You might be, like some of us here, a little bit witchy. So go and join some witchy moots where you go along and you talk witchy stuff. Do you know what I mean? That is what this Knight of Cups is saying. But the one thing I will say, my darling, this is not going to come in and knock on your door, right? This is not a mail order situation. This is where you are going to have to get out there. But because this is cups, I actually think this energy is there ready for you. Right, I do find with these three cards, the way they're coming out, you've got some really, really positive energy with all three of these cards. It absolutely feels like it's there for you. You just need to find it. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense, my darling. I would, if I were you, go and spend as much free time as you have at the moment, right? Turn off the internet. Don't unplug from YouTube just yet. Like, finish watching the stream and maybe, subscribe to the channel and dong your bell so that YouTube tells you when I go live. Do all those things. Become a member of the Crow community. All of those lovely things. Do all of that. And then afterwards, go to a group tomorrow, right? Go and sign up for vegan classes tomorrow. That's the thing, right? And the more groups you join, the more people you meet, the more you put yourself out and about and socialize, the more people you are going to connect with. And one of those connections is out there and waiting for you, because it's the Knight of Cups that is coming. Now, what I will say is that in these sorts of readings, I don't see months and months and months and months into the future. Right? So we're not talking, but this time next year you'll find a relationship. No. This feels very much that this is coming to you, I would say, this year. And I would even possibly say, with that Sun card coming in at the front, if I had to put a pound on it or put a £5 note on it, I would maybe say this is coming to you before the end of summer. So use that summer energy, use that upturn. The sap is rising, as they used to say. We're into that season now that's all about, life continuing and all of that loveliness. So yeah, use that energy, my darling. Get yourself out and about in a positive way. And I am more than sure that a connection will be found that's going to be really lovely. So I hope that helps, my darling. I really do. And thank you very much for being here tonight and for joining us on the channel. Thank you very much. All right then, let's have a look in the chat. If I move it slightly to there, that's better. I can see it slightly better. And I just need to move that one there so I can see the monitor. And move this one over as well. There we go. I can see all the things I need to see now, clearly. Right. Hugs and hearts. I love hugs and hearts. It does make sense. Thank you. Do you know what? Sometimes I do. It's amazing, isn't it? Amazing. Jasmine, hold off 1 second, my darling. I'm going to open a new round shortly. Rue is 11. That's your doggo. Such a big dog for his breed. You've got 3 dogs with similar symptoms and age. I hope Rue's okay, my darling. I hope Rue's okay. Let me just do this, and then I'll come back to you for Rue. You've been on Tinder. Too much of Rotten Tomatoes. Are there? I don't know. I'm very, very lucky. I found my partner. I found him long before Tinder was a thing. Well, it wasn't. Tinder was just starting, I think, or was not long after we met, Tinder started. But yeah, I was very lucky to have met him in the real world rather than having to be on Tinder. Yes, as I say, as Patricia says, yes, keep us informed because we're nosy. That's what it is. We're nosy. We're like those neighbours, kind of. Oh, Howard goes out with another one, I see. Yeah, that's what we want. Right. Let me just have a look in the chat. Dormouse, what was happening to Rue? Did you put a comment in the doodah? The ready meal section at the supermarket is another good way of meeting people. That's actually a really good way at the meeting people. For meeting people, yes, it is. Dormouse, it's blowing a hoolie. Oh, my darling. Oh, fingers crossed for Roo. He's worrying you. He's had a bit of weight loss. He's a bit flat and just not here. He couldn't jump on your bed tonight. So you've lifted him up and gave him some pain relief. Oh, I hope he's okay, my darling. I really, really do. Let us know how he goes. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to light a wee green candle for that there lovely Roo. And for anybody else who needs it, okay? So for anyone who needs a bit of healing energy, you may or may not have seen us do this on the channel before. Oh, I need me stabby thing. Hang on, I need a doodah. Where's the pointy doodah? Pointy doodah. Where are you, pointy thingy? Oh no! Oh no! Where's my pointy doodah gone? Oh, I'll just use this one. I've got another pointy doodah. It's fine. I know, right? If anybody who knows the magician stroke comedian Lucy Darling, that is where I've got oh no from, and it's called echolalia. Which is what it's called when you hear something and you have to repeat it, and it is part of neurodiverse people often get it. So people that are ADHD, people that are autistic, people that are just neurospicy in general, and it's what Ed in the chat used to take the mickey out of. Yes, I know Ed personally, you see, and we used to regularly be part of a group. And I would say something and people in the group would try and drop song lyrics into the chat, knowing... Apparently my watch didn't understand that. But they would try and drop song lyrics into the conversation, knowing that I would invariably have to sing those words. Right? So I could be talking about something and they'll say, oh... did you hear the drums? And my brain would have to go, Fernando. Do you know what I mean? It's called echolalia. And unfortunately, with Lucy Darling, who is this wonderful, wonderful YouTuber, and is the creation of a YouTube, she's the creation of a magician, a stage magician. And you just have to go and watch her content. It's brilliant. But anyway, she says... oh no, in that style. So that's to explain if you hear me say it like that on a regular basis for the regulars, that's where it comes from, because you know, echolalia. So then we're going to charge this green crystal today. This green candle today is green. I know it looks pale blue or white. It is actually green or grey. It is supposed to be green. Okay. Supposed to be green. Anyway, we're going to charge it today with some lovely green healing energy, and we're going to computer studio lights to green, computer studio to green. There we go. Change the lights in the background all to green. And we are going to send some healing energy to anybody that needs it connected to the stream today. So if that is somebody that's here live watching or somebody in the replay crew, we're sending that energy out to you all. And we are also sending it to our four-legged fur babies, scaly babies, feathered babies, whatever our pets and animals that we care about that are in need. We're going to send the green energy out to them. So we're specially naming our lovely Roo, who needs a bit of special loving energy right now. So we're sending that out to all of the animals, all of them, because they all deserve love and healing and wonderfulness. So especially for the animals, but anyone else that needs it as well. And I'm going to ask Hygeia, in the name of Hygeia, for that energy to be sent today, goddess of healing. So that's what we're doing. We're sending that out. And I'm going to say thank you very much and come back to the stream. Right then, so that should be okay with the fan on. I might just turn the fan off. Bear with. There we go. I turned the fan off so the candle's got time to build and burn and send the energy. Right then, so we send that out to everybody that needs it today, and also especially all of our fur babies, mentioning Rue by name. So yeah, and give Rue some cuddles from our Stormouse. I hate it when our animals are poorly, because they can never tell you what's wrong, can they? And it's like, you know that they're under the weather, but you can never fully go, oh, do you need a tablet? Do you need a poo? Do you need what do you need? What can I get you? But yeah, hopefully Rue will be being much better tomorrow. Yeah, anyway, right, let's get back to what we were doing, shall we? In fact, to tell you what, before we do, I am going to press this little wee button down here. Don't forget, if you are wanting to help support the channel, you absolutely can do in various ways.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee. Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.
Yes, indeed. Thank you to everybody who has become a member of the channel. There are also increasingly, if you go across to, thank you, I was aware, if you go across to eBay, just look for Beyond Authentic on eBay. All of the earring sets that we make now and a lot of the items from previous Witch Casket subscription boxes are over there as well. And I will be putting a lot more up over there. Right then, shall we have a round? Let's go for it, shall we? The round is open. Please do pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. And then one of these will get selected at random. If you would like to guarantee your reading, you can do so by sending it through in the form of a super chat. A 6 or 7 card reading can be yours for a donation of £8 or $10 or the equivalent. Don't forget, any money we make on this channel through memberships, through eBay or through super chats, any money at all, once YouTube takes its 30%, 10% goes across to the PDSA, which is the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals, because we love our furry, feathered and scaly babies on this channel, and 10% will also go to a LGBTQ support charity here in the UK. Hopefully all of that makes sense. You've got about 30 seconds to get your questions in.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
I love Stonehenge with an absolute passion. I really do. I would love to get it. I would love to go this year for Solstice, but I don't think I'm going to, because it's in how is Solstice 3 weeks away? How did that even happen? Less than 3 weeks. How did that even happen? How are we here already? Anyway, keeper of the questions. Who have we got? It looks like Melinda Brown. Good evening, my darling, Melinda Brown. Question, a general reading for you, my darling. Absolutely, we can do that for you. So then, everybody else, Flower Beauty, Jasmine, and who else was it? Oh yeah, Flower Beauty and Jasmine. For both of you, my darlings, do please select and copy your question. Get ready with it in that there live. When we do the next round, just hit paste in that chat. Yeah, who knows? It could be you. That was a thing back in the day in the UK. We had a national lottery thing, and that was the one of the adverts for it. It could be you. It's very weird. Anyway, that's what you come here for, isn't it? Random 2000s advert reminders. Right, let's go again. It was probably older than that. Show my age. So then, Wispy, my darling, we need some answers. We want a general reading for June from Melinda. A general reading for June from Melinda. A general reading for June for Melinda. A general reading for June for Melinda. Oh, we've had a card flip. We've had a card. Wow, technically it's not flipped. Wispy, you know the rules. It's got to flip around. If it doesn't flip around, it doesn't flipping count. I know, right? That's a brand new catchphrase. If it doesn't flip over, it doesn't flipping count. Oh, I like it when I make myself chuckle over the most inane, stupid things. Right, Wispy, what is Melinda looking at for June? So then, we'll do Melinda because we're already in the first week of June. We'll let you see what's happening in the next 3 weeks. Is that right, brain? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, next 3 weeks of June. So then, the week to come, Ten of Pentacles. The week after, the Knight of Pentacles, and the week after, the King of Pentacles. Wow, this month is all going to be about money or work. All of it is going to be about money or work, right? That is going to be your focus for the next three weeks, for the rest of this month. In the first instance, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Now, this is very much, Pentacles is the work, career, finance suit. That's what it represents. It does also represent growth energy. I don't know what that accent just came through, but it was. But it does represent growth energy. Now, sometimes that can be, we read it as that. With this, it's all about the money for you, my darling. Obviously, you've been here on the stream for a little while. You know, you've mentioned what's happening in your own sort of personal life. And I think this is all going to be about the work and the career and the money. So the Ten of Pentacles, I always say tens are overflowing. This is reversed. So it's, unfortunately, it's not so much overflowing in your direction as it seems to be flowing away from you. Now, what I mean from this is, I don't know whether it means there's a bucket load of bills about to come in, or whether it's down to, thank you, Wispy, it's down to, hang on, there's a thing that Wispy's trying to give me. There's I don't know whether you've got meetings coming up or appointments coming up in a week's like next week. It feels very much, Melinda, like there is something going on very soon. I don't want to say tribunal, but it's why am I getting this from the 10? It doesn't make any sense with the 10. It's flowing. Are you involved in something, Melinda? Are you involved in something where you are trying to get, like you're going to possibly try and take things to a tribunal? You're trying to take a case forward somehow, because this feels like you're going to have to sign something for either, right. Let me just explain what I'm getting with this card. which is not strictly from the tarot. Wispy's dumped a whole load of stuff in my head. What this feels like is that you have to sign some sort of legal paperwork with a lawyer or something that is going to be along the lines of, if the case it doesn't move forward, you've got to pay for their time. But if it does move forward, then they'll work kind of pro bono and take the money off whatever you get for a tribunal case. So if there's something like that happening, then this is a big moment coming up. If there isn't something like that happening, then this is saying you need to look into this, because the 10 of Pentacles, as I say, it's that work, career and growth energy that's overflowing. It almost feels like your employers that are counting on you, on making it really difficult for you in the next week after. Do you know what I mean? It almost feels like there's something that they're going to try and pull, which is going to take you, which you will have to pay to fight. Do you know what I mean? Either through a lawyer or through something, and that's what this card is representing. That's what Wispy is really, really giving me. And this idea of the money flowing, it's like it's not going to flow yet, but it feels like something needs to be organized around that. Something needs to be organized around some agreement where money's not going to flow out immediately, but do you know what I mean? So if you can take that, let me know, because the week after, all of this is linked to it. The week after, we've got, again, all of June is about money for you. All of June is about whatever is happening with this workplace situation. I don't feel that this is you getting benefits. I don't feel this is money coming to you. It all feels very much like this is telling a singular story, and it's about the need for this to... the money to sort of, the money it's going to cost to get your money somehow. I don't know why it's giving me that. And I'm getting these from minor cards, not from any major cards, which again is an interesting thing. But the Knight is all about that youthful energy. They are going to try and pull the wool over your eyes in some way, and they are misjudging you. They are absolutely trying to, they are, oh, there's a word, they are underappreciating is not the word. Come on, Wispy, give me that word. I need the word. They are, oh, it's right on the tip of my flaming tongue. But anyway, whatever it is, right, they are going to misjudge you and misjudge what you're willing to do, right? They are going to, for whatever reason, they are not going to take you seriously with this. That's what I'm trying to say, right? There is another word here and I can't quite get it because my internal thesaurus is broken today. The last week of the month, it feels like, right, if I had to tell you, if this was a story, right, this is when things start ramping up next week. And this is when, you know, they're either going to try and get you out the door, or, you know, it's when you go and speak to the union or a lawyer about how you fight. This is going to be a lower manager, like a middle manager, trying to be a bit shirty and shifty and, you know, under whatever the word is. Anyway, yeah, going to not get what you're willing to do. Oh, I wish I could get the word. It's really annoying me. The King, though, is a bigger boss, right? The King of Pentacles is a bigger boss. So it's almost like they're going to try and pull the wool pull the wool over your eyes. They're going to try and short shrift you. Talking's hard today. So they're going to try and lowball you, basically, and give you some crappy old offer and expect you to take it. Then the boss is going to get in and it's going to be an even bigger situation, right? That's sort of the timeline and the sort of the story, if this was a story that's happening. it does feel as if both of these people are completely, thank you, underestimate, thank you, that is the exact word, that is the exact and precise and utter word. Yes, these people are going to underestimate you, right, at their peril. If you haven't spoken to a lawyer, my darling, speak to one soon, right? Excuse me, Wispy, I want one more card, Wispy, one more card. And we're going to pull it. I'm not even going to reshuffle. One more card, Wispy, from the middle of the deck. And I want a card that's going to sum up what Melinda has to do in this. Again, it's not legal advice, Melinda. You know that. It's not legal advice, financial advice, counselling advice, or medical advice. So you make all your own decisions about your own life. Let's just go with that one. It feels the Queen of Swords. Right. This was the advice for you. You need to be a complete biatch. You need to be, oh my God, you need to be the biggest thorn in their side, the biggest squeaky wheel. You need to absolutely kick off every which way. This is time for you to go full Karen on them, right? But in a controlled way. This is where you have to name and shame. Like, I don't mean like go publicly with who the company is and what they've done, but this is where you absolutely have to maybe threaten that. This is where you have to be a thorn in their side. This is where you have to not back down. Right? Show them who they are actually dealing with, Melinda. You've often said to me, time and time again, that you believe very firmly that there is a genetic link with us going back in our ancestry. If there is, then you are part of the clan that I'm a part of. We are battle axes, right? Look up the word. A battle axe is an older woman from the UK of a certain age, our age, who is also unwilling to back down when she thinks and knows she's right, but will absolutely fight for a cause that she believes in to the end, right? She will fight and fight and fight for that cause. She's somebody who doesn't take any BS, doesn't suffer fools gladly. She's got to that point in her life where she will tell it as it is because she doesn't really care anymore whether people like her or not, right? That is pretty much a battle axe, somebody who is incredibly hard to put down because they just don't care what you think of them, right? Oh, you called me fat, don't care. It's that, right? It's all of that. It's somebody who will keep on fighting for the people they love and the people they believe in, including themselves. If there is anything at all in the fact that you and I look alike, even though we're thousands of miles apart, right? If there is a genetic link going back 7, 8, 20 generations, then you are also part battle axe. Think of it like Buffy, right? There's a slayer and then there's lots of other potential slayers. So even if you haven't been a battle axe in your life, now is your awakening. Now is your time to awaken to the long legacy of battle axes, right? Make them remember you. Make them rejudge and re-estimate or redo their estimate of you, right? That is what you need to do. June for you is going to be a fighting month, right? Gird your loins, get in for the fight, get some legal advice, because whatever they are going to try and do to get you out of the company and accepting a disability, severance and all of that, they are going to pull it off. They're going to try and pull it off this month. Get some sort of advice in and then give them merry hell, right? I hope that helps. I really hope that helps. And don't forget, Melinda, on Sunday when we do the members only stream, ask in that stream as well if there's something, if you want, we can always do another reading. I can always do a longer one for you if need be on the Sundays. So do keep an eye out for that, because obviously Melinda is one of our members. That's why her name is in green. Oh, is that a battle axe, Holland? It's as near as you can get. What's that? Hammer and what is that? It's like Thor's hammer and a hammer. Yes, I think that should be the new code for battle axe. I like battle axes. I love battle axes. My mum was a battle axe. My nan was a battle axe. My great nan was a battle axe. Right? There is a long history in our family of those apex women. Do you know what I mean? Just those people that you just don't mess with. You just wouldn't mess with my grandmother. She'd tell you. She a quick little side story. Don't worry, it's not a full tangent, just a side story. My grandmother was, alive during the Second World War and all of that when the city that we were in was bombed because it was a well-known port, and it was bombed the hell out of, like hundreds of thousands and people died, and it was horrendous, and it was a big military target, and one of the first when you flew over from Europe. So it was bombed the hell out of. It really was. My nan was not only an ARP, which meant she was an air raid patrol, so she would, get other people into safety before herself. She also survived a fire that killed 2 of her kids. She also survived a situation where her husband was working in the Navy during the war on ships that were being targeted. So anyway, during the immediate after effect of the war, when rationing was in place and when nobody in the UK had anything, she managed to get her hands on a tin of salmon, which was a luxury then, right? Absolute luxury. She managed to get her hands on a tin of salmon, and up until the day she passed, she would never fully tell me how she got hold of the salmon, but she got hold of it. Ask no questions, she'll tell us no lies, right? So it's fine, she got some salmon. Whilst the other women in the street were absolutely aghast because my nan made fish cakes. And they were like, what are you doing? This is, and bearing in mind, they were like little tins of salmon, and it's like, you've got salmon and you're making fish cakes. And she said, yes. She said, I've got 3 girls to feed. And my great nan, her mum, and she said, I've got 3 girls and my mum to feed. And me. A tin of salmon will give us, maybe a bite each. She said, but if I make fish cakes, we've got 2 days. So this is meals for the whole family for 2 days. If I just try and separate a tin between them, we're only going to get not even a forkful. So you tell me what else I'm supposed to do with a tin of salmon with 3 young girls to feed, me and my mother. And everyone in the street was just like, oh, okay, we're just going to shut up then. Because she did not care. She did not give a stuff. It wasn't the fact that she had this really luxurious thing, this salmon, that everybody else was like, oh my God, it's such a luxury. She just saw it as an ingredient to make food for her family. And she didn't care. Everybody else in the street was like, oh my God, Grace made, she made fish cakes out of like red salmon. Like, are you mad? And she always said the same thing. She would do whatever it takes to make sure that her family eats and is gets the best for them. And she didn't care. And she's also the person that gave me whatever insight I've got, because she used to speak to spirits regularly. And after my grandfather passed away and my grandma eventually ended up going into a nursing home, I had to tell the members of staff at the nursing home, look, if Grace starts telling you that she was chatting to her long dead husband last night, don't up her medication, right? Don't give her 3 more pills, because chances are she was chatting to Granddad last night. Because that's what she's always done. When her brother died, she talked to him. When her mother passed away, she would come visit on a regular basis. So just accept it. Grandma's psychic. So yeah, she was a battle axe. Did not care. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Salmon fish cakes are lovely. Nowadays, it's just what you do. But back then, the idea of messing with some salmon, oh my God, it would be like, what is it, Wagyu beef, and turning that into, I don't know, a pasty, you know what I mean, or a burrito. You just go, why? Because it goes further. Anyway, they did build women tough in those days. Oh my God, they did. My nan went through all sorts in her life. She was an amazing inspiration. Really, really was. Like, multiple cancer survivor, lived for 25, 30, 40 years, whatever it was, with a colostomy bag. Just absolutely amazing woman. And up until all of her life, saw spirits and spoke to them and was very open about it. Anyway, enough about battle axes. I love a good battle axe. If you are a battle axe, let us know in the chat. If you've got a battle axe in your family, let us know in the chat as well. I am a very proud beholder. I should get a tattoo, shouldn't I? I should get a battle axe tattoo. Oh, she was. Ed, she was. She was an awesome woman. And she was my grandma, not my nan. Difference being, in our family, the women in the family outlive the men by a good decade at least, right? So it goes, instead of having great grandma and great grandma, because at one point when I was little, they were all alive still, I think. And then great grandma died, and then it was just grandma. But we went, in terms of titles, you went grandma, nan, grandma, nan. So that whatever was happening, right, whatever was going on, it would go, oh, grandma was round. Oh, okay. You knew which one that was. Oh, we're going to nan's house. Okay. Nan, she lived like 8 doors away from my grandma, but okay, see you later then. You knew where, you know, if you were going that way to nan's house or that way to grandma's house. Just that was it. The King of Pentacles, when it's reversed, it's somebody trying to take your money. Kings are normally in the counting house counting out the money. When they are reversed, it's somebody trying to take it. He's a boss. He's one of your bosses, right? So it's the boss. The Knight is an underling. The boss in this case is the king, represents the boss, trying to take more money from you. Don't take no shit. Anyway, Curious Holland. Ah, yes, I know. You see, this is it. You see, this is it. I love battle axes. You remember a tin of salmon was a luxury treat on Boxing Day. Yes, this is it. It was absolute luxury. Yours was nanny or granny. Yep. My mum, when my sibling had kids, my mum became nan or nanny. And grandma was grandma. So yeah, absolutely. No problem at all. Right then, enough waffling about my family tree with my good old over there. Look, my American cousin Melinda from the American Browns. Oh, this is our cousin Melinda. I don't know whether you can hear the music that's behind me. It's so infuriating. They keep randomly playing a song that I know, and my echolalia wants to sing along. It's so annoying. Right, here we go. Let's open up a round. Your Oma was the battle axe. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely, Patricia. This is it. Again, I absolutely believe that all of us in the mod squad, all of us here are 100%. We connect through the bloodline of battle axes. I absolutely believe that. I love a good battle axe. I really do. Anyway, go on. It's you've got about 30 seconds to get your question in. Where are we going this time? We've gone to a lovely waterfall. I know. I'm going to go to the fire because I really want to go to the pagan camp at the end of July. I really want to go. And it's the last one that's going to be where it was. And my friend is scattered there, or part of her ashes are scattered there. There's a tree in her name and all of this stuff. And I really want to go. But I don't know whether I'm going to be able to because of my health. I'm really not sure. So let's go, everybody, and gaze at a lovely fireplace for 30 seconds. Get your questions in now.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Oh, exactly. Just ask one of our lovely mods. Right then, keeper of the questions. Who have we got? Keeper of the questions. Who have we got? Keeper of the questions. Now a tin of salmon is a treat for your kitties. Wow, they are luxury kitties. That is luxury kitty cats you've got. Oh my God. Saying that Rufus is the one who buys steaks for the dogs. So, I get it. Who have we got? Keeper of the questions? Right then. I'm just waiting. Oh, it looks like, hang on a second. I can do this myself. I can randomize it myself. Oh, I can randomize it myself. We can do this. Right. Do I still have my... I don't have the thing anymore. Damn it. But I have. Right, hold on. So, we've got 2 questions. One from Flower Beauty and one from Culture Envy. Right, let's have a look. So, I am going to swap the camera to this one. We've got 2 questions. So, it is time to let the fates decide. Right, we've got the deciding coin. Yay, look at this. The return of the deciding coin. The return of the deciding coin. In other words, we've got yes on this side. We've got no on this side. We're going to toss the coin. So, Culture Envy. Excuse me, everybody. Your question came in first. So, Culture Envy, with this question here, a general reading for June. Culture Envy, you are going to be the first. You are going to be heads up or yes. And Flower Beauty, yours came in second, and you are going to be eye closed, which is no. So eye open for Culture Envy, eye closed for Flower Beauty. Okay, this. Oh, it's a lovely coin. It's pretty, isn't it, Culture Envy? It came from Witch Casket, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's so special, and I especially love the fact they haven't got the Witch Casket logo planted and painted all over it. I just think it's so lovely. Right, anyway, so as always, we go yes side up, and we're going to flip it. So then we go with the Talisman of Choice. Here we go. On my first whistle, shall we? Have I got? Hang on. Screen number 3. Screen number 4. Sorry, this one. Are we ready? It's eye closed, so it's Flower Beauty's question. Flower Beauty's question. Yay, Flower Beauty. There we go. That is the Talisman of Choice. Yay. We do silly things. I know, Ed. That is also going through my doodah as well. That was also going through my doodah. Talisman of Choice. You will go on my first whistle. So then, right, where is Flower Beauty's question? I've just seen it, and then I get distracted and the chat does weird things. Question. What should I do to have a stable, committed relationship with someone compatible? Let's have a look, my darling. There we go. And we bring in the always amazing Wispy. No, it's got to flip. Got to flip, Wispy love. Got to flip. It can't work like that. There we go. It's got to flip, my friend. What do you need to do to have a stable, committed relationship with someone compatible? Let's have a wee look for you. Ooh, here we go. We've had a card flip, and that card is the 7 of Wands, and it is the single card, and it is reversed. So your clarifying or modifying card is all about asking uncomfortable questions of yourself. That's an echo effect. Because 7 is all about asking those difficult questions, right? Really, really difficult questions. And when we look at Wands is all about our confidence, our self-esteem, how we see ourselves, what we put out into the world, our sense of security, right? This way up It means we're looking at the directions we're going in. We're looking at the world around us, yada, yada, yada. This way round, we need to ask ourselves those tough questions. We need to ask it of ourselves first, right? So let's see where the cards bring us. Let's see where the cards bring us. Whenever we get a card flip, we stop shuffling. We go straight to the cuts. And let's go. So where you are right now. The Four of Pentacles. Stable. Nothing much happening. No real change. The Six of Pentacles. No growth. And, ooh, okay, right. This is about what you need to do for you, Flower Beauty, right? This is about what you need to do for you, to change you, to open up, right? So, Four of Pentacles. Fours are all about stability. Pentacles are about growth. In this instance, we're not looking at money, career, anything like that, because in this instance it's very much about that growth element with the tree and everything. So by the way, if you haven't done already, please do hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button and dong your bell so that YouTube lets you know whenever we go live. Look, the detail, it just says that down here on the screen as a little reminder, just there, look, just there. So this is about that like lack of personal growth. So this is basically where you are now, is saying, look, you need to continue learning about yourself, continue discovering things about yourself, continue growing, continue educating yourself, continue on all of that. Do something and continue some sort of hobby, some sort of skill, some sort of education to learn and become more than you are today. Right? That's the Four of Pentacles, because this card is saying about asking those difficult choices within. And this is saying you need to, like, it's okay where you are. It's okay, you know, where you are in your life. Everything is stable. Everything is ticking along. But there's no growth there. You're not reaching out for new knowledge. You're not reaching out for new life experiences. You're just ticking over. And that isn't going to bring in anybody new. That isn't going to bring in a stable relationship, because you need to offer more. You need to bring more to the table. Do you know what I mean? And being interested and being open to the world and being, you know, questioning things. That is what needs to happen here, so that you can continue to grow as a person. And as we grow, we change, we open up, we learn more, we discover more, we become more of ourselves. So that's what that is saying. In the what you need to know, Six of Pentacles. Now this can relate to one of two things, my darling. This can either be that you are in need of you're either in need of a support network, in other words, friends and family around you. You need people around you that are perhaps a little more supportive, because you don't have that in your life. However, because this card is altering the view of the cards, essentially, it's altering the meaning slightly. It's pulling more in the fact that when we're looking within, maybe your friendship circle, maybe that community element around you is somehow focusing on the wrong things. Maybe your friends are a bit more materialistic. Maybe they're a bit more about money and what a husband should bring in terms of job and career, and maybe you're caught up in that. Because this way round, it's about giving to charity. It's about being open and being charitable and helping others, and really, doing good in the world, being a beacon of hope in the world. When it's reversed, my darling, it's talking about that being, lacking in your life. So again, it's coming down to this idea of Flower Beauty, where perhaps being a bit more altruistic, being a bit more, a bit more giving to people who have less than you. And I don't mean materialistically, but giving your time, giving your skills, and that can have a deeper impact. And I know I know it's not directly answering your question, but it is, because I think these things, right, will make you almost it can help you grow into a better version of yourself, right? And when you are doing that, when you are becoming the best the best version of you that it's possible to be, that's showing the world itself, it's showing other people who you can be, who you are. It's showing your best side, and that will open up to other people. Does that make sense? You say you're very charitable. How are you charitable? Like, how are you charitable? What does that mean for you? And then future opportunity, you've got temperance. And this is about learning to compromise, learning to have one foot in both camps. So you've got the 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land, a bit like the star. But this is very much talking about learning to negotiate, learning to compromise, learning to give and take, learning about what other people need, and also getting your needs met. Now, Flower Beauty, in this answer, you are revealing exactly why these cards are meant for you, right? So, this is not meant as a sermon. However, by saying this, you are charitable with the poor. How? Do you donate money? And you give a lot to your friends. What do you give to your friends? What is it that you give? What is it that you donate to the poor? What is it that you give to your friends? And I don't know if you can hear this music. It is honestly like being in a club. I don't know whether you can hear it. It's driving me up the wall. Because saying that you give to the poor and give to your friends, what are you giving? You're giving love and support to your friends, and they all swear by you. Okay, tough love time. If that is entirely true, why are you single? Why isn't there somebody that is loving? You can't say what you donate, as it gets counted if you say it. So if it is financial giving, when we're talking about the Six of Pentacles, it's talking a lot more than just about giving money or toys or donations. It's talking about being charitable in the wider sense of the word, so that you are giving your time, yourself, and you are giving your love and your empathy to others. That is never money. And for most people, charity, most people see charity as purely and simply opening up your purse or your wallet and handing over some notes, or making a direct debit every month with money going straight into, a charity's bank account. For me, and for Wispy, when Wispy gives me the information, especially with the Six of Pentacles, it's about doing things that you will never claim credit for. It's about doing something that makes you incredibly uncomfortable and doing it anyway without commenting. It's about giving your time and giving your energy in a way that you don't expect or ask anything back. It's about becoming the truest, most authentic person you can be, and doing so in a way that is from a place of not expecting nor wanting pats on the back or credit. Does that make sense? Your comment about I can't say what I donate as it gets cancelled, then your donation isn't altruistic. You are donating to get a reward. That isn't charity, because you are getting something from it. It is a transaction. There might be an organized big C charity out there that is getting some money because you are donating money. There might be somebody who is eating a meal today because you've donated some money. All of that is fantastic. All of that is great. All of that is a good start. But you're doing it because you want to gain a place in heaven, or you're wanting to gain, sins being removed or something like that. So you're doing it to prove that you are a good person. True, with these cards that are on this table, that true growth, that true essence of what the cards are trying to say here is, if you are doing everything with an eye to how you benefit, then everything becomes greedy. Everything becomes how you are better off for doing it, whether that's spiritually, socially, or whatever. And that isn't very loving. That isn't very giving for the sake of giving. And these cards are saying that is something for you to work on, my darling. Because again, this idea of temperance, this idea of negotiating, putting someone else's needs on at least an equal footing as yours. And I'm not talking about, there's a person in the street who is homeless and giving them a meal and then feeling that you can go and eat. I'm not saying invite every homeless person to your house. I'm not saying, do that. What I'm saying is that your question is about how you find love and sustain it in an ongoing, committed way. And the cards are absolutely saying, look, to be in that mutually loving, mutually committed relationship, you have to be willing to do things for other people for the sake of them, even if you get absolutely no benefit from it, even if it causes you hardship in some way. And again, that might not be financial. It might be, as Rufus does with me, putting up with an untidy flat, an untidy house. Because of my ADHD, I will put things down, forget that they're there, not see them, and I struggle to maintain a tidy house, because my ADHD just means everything is everywhere. So Rufus, his ongoing act of love, his ongoing constant love language is to put up with that, tidy around my doom piles, and to actually kind of alter the way that he would normally choose to live, and do so in a way that at first made him a little uncomfortable, because it isn't something that I can control. So that for him is an act of total love, and he's doing it knowing that it's something that I will not be able to fix in a month's time, right? It's something that he knows he has to accept as part of the package that I bring to the table, and that little bit of discomfort now he accepts and is willing to put up with because of what I bring to the table, right? Do you see what I mean? He gets no benefit from that apart from the relationship. It's not like he's getting bonus points or brownie points. And that's what these cards are talking about, especially where it comes to sort of compassion, and it comes to this idea of compromise and negotiating. To be able to put someone else's needs ahead of yours in a way that allows them to be fully them, even if it makes it a little uncomfortable for you in the short term, that's an ultimate sign of openness. That is ultimately giving a part of you that is incredibly difficult to give. Does that make sense? When it comes down to partners, there will be cultural difficulties and there will be cultural issues that are unique, and there will be situations where you will have to take them for who they are. And what the cards are saying is that you also, basically, in a nutshell, it's this, right? In a nutshell, it's this. What do you bring to the table in a relationship? What have you got to offer? Not the physical, not the financial, not the I'm going to be a lovely mother, not that. What elements of love and openness and pure love energy, what elements of that do you bring as you, as a person, as a whole person? What is it that you offer? Do you know what I mean? And I'm not talking about anything else. What do you bring to the table? That is what the cards are saying you need to look at, and it's what the cards are saying you need to have a bit of a look at, maybe shifting and bringing something that is appealing to the person that you're looking for. Does that make sense? So this isn't about, my darling, this isn't about being, being a dutiful wife or a dutiful mother or anything like that. This is about finding that person that is going to love you for who you are, for you to love them for who they are, and to absolutely 100% connect with one another for that long term. Okay? When everything else changes, beauty fades, your ability to do things will change as we get older, as we get, health changes and things kick in. All of that can change. That love, that deep spiritual connection between two human beings, that is important. That is based on everything else. And the cards are literally saying here with these three cards, especially with the Temperance, that there's a bit of work on yourself that the cards are recommending. Okay, do a bit of inner work. Look at genuinely how nice and good a person are you that you offer Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, my darling. And I'm gonna say that that's your reading for today, my love. Right, let me have a look at the comments, because I can see the comments feed jumping up and up and up. You don't want to be a mother, but you do want a serious relationship. I can see that that's going to be difficult. In a relationship, particularly in your country, my darling. I can see that that's going to be an issue. The lack of support currently hits home. Yeah. You're not able to date casually. I'm not talking about dating casually at all. I'm talking about what you bring to the table, my darling. What it is that you have to offer in terms of, making that strong love bond. You get emotionally attached and get hurt as men don't. You don't know how to have a good time. Getting emotionally attached is fine, but if you get emotionally attached really quickly, then that's difficult and that's clingy, and that you trying to replace something. I would certainly recommend counselling support for yourself with anything that you recognise needs work on. I can totally recommend counselling support. Yeah, you do have to learn to love yourself to break your conditioning. Absolutely. Surface level cultural differences aren't the barriers they seem to be. Absolutely. I agree entirely. You were brought up in an old-fashioned Indian way to not date until married. So going past that barrier with men of today who want to date with no strings attached is hard. But you don't have to date with no strings attached. You don't have to do that. You can meet people and speak to people without dating. And if that develops into something, it feels like you want a relationship immediately. You meet someone on the Monday and you're, officially dating and together by the Friday. Why can't you just meet somebody and become friends with them and see how things develop? That isn't dating. That's just, being a friend. Yeah, I do agree. I do think it's difficult. Absolutely, 100%. This is my story as well. Before you find or receive love, you must learn to love and accept yourself. I have a mantra that I say every single night, and even sometimes during the day. If I'm trying to sleep, the minute I try and close my eyes to have a nap or something that isn't whatever narcolepsy thing I've got, I will say, I love and approve of myself. Everything I need comes to me. Everything I need to know is revealed to me at the correct time. All is well in my life, right? Yes, you do, because that's your Indian old-fashioned conditioning. What is your Indian old-fashioned conditioning? That you just want to meet on a Monday and marry on a Friday. If that's the case, my darling, if that is genuinely the case, and all you want is a marriage that is going to be a long-lasting marriage, right? Then ask the aunties, ask the older people in your community to set you up with someone, and just go and get married to someone that you might not necessarily know very well and might not love. If the only thing that's important to you is being true to your Indian old-fashioned conditioning, then do that. I'm not joking, I'm not kidding. If that is what it means for you to be happy, then just have an arrangement and learn to love that person. If you are wanting to find true love, I'm not saying date. I was very clear about having a friendship that may progress. You get hurt if someone plays you. Well, don't do that then, my darling. Don't date. Ask the aunties, ask the elders in the community, And but this is where you're contradicting a little bit, my darling, and I'm going to move forward after this. You're saying that you want someone who you are attracted to and obviously is attracted to you, but you don't want children, and you want someone who is going to be committed in a long-term relationship. You're asking for quite a lot. And if you are wanting everything, it's very unlikely you're going to get everything. So if you're holding off for the perfect future husband who will be very handsome, either very wealthy or wealthy enough, who will want a committed relationship but no children, you're going to struggle, my darling. Because what you're bringing to the table, in all honesty, probably isn't enough for those people. And that's where the cards are saying, have a look at you within, what it is that you love, what it is you need to work on, that charity element of being a better person and all of that. Work on that, my darling. Or follow your old-fashioned heritage properly. Commit to following your old-fashioned Indian culture properly. And find a man who the aunties all agree is perfect for you and will be a loving, supportive husband, a committed husband, and then learn to be attracted to him down the line. Because attraction is something that can grow, but also attraction was never the thing for an old-fashioned Indian cultural marriage. Attraction was very rarely part of that package deal. Right then, with all of that being said, my darling, let's go on to the next round. I hope that helps, Flower Beauty, my love. I really, really, really do. So then the next round is open. Please do go ahead, pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. Then, of course, one of those will get selected at random. If you want to guarantee that you get a reading, this is the last call out for a super chat reading. So if you want to guarantee that you get the last slot of the super chats, you can do so by sending it through. If you want a longer card reading, a 6 or 7 card reading, you can do so by sending a donation of $8 or above. $10 or above. It's about £8 UK. That will get you that longer reading. So whichever way you want to do it, go ahead and pop your question in now. You've got about 30 seconds. And where are we going this time? So where have we gone to? We've gone to the sea. We've gone to a waterfall. We've looked at a fire. Shall we go and have a look at... do you know what? I think this is Mexico at dawn. Shall we go to Mexico at dawn? I think we should.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Yes, indeed. So then it looks like by process of elimination, Culture Envy, your question is up next because you were the last one in the with a question for this evening. So Culture Envy, you get your general reading for June, my darling. A general reading for June. Right then, let's go across to the other camera. There we go. And let's do the... Yeah, that's right. Let's do the YouTubey things. So just before I do, bear with me just 1 second. do excuse me, I've just had a mouthful of pop and it was repeating on me. Right then, so we are... Oh, hang on. Wispy, I haven't done it. Sorry, thank you, Wispy. I was completely misplaced then in what I was doing. We are cleansing your space, my darling. Cleansing the space. We are bringing in Wispy now. There we are. There we go, Wispy. Sit yourself back up. There we go, my friend. Right then, so... Wispy, Culture Envy would like a general reading for June. A general for June. A general for June. Let's see what we've got in store for you, my darling, this coming month. Or this month that we're already in. I like... Oh, no, is that just one card? Oh, it is. I absolutely picked it up. I thought that was 2 cards. I was like, oh, my God. That doesn't feel right, but it is 1 card. Look at that. It is 1 card. So then, you've got the Page of Pentacles as your clarifying or modifying card. As always, a clarifying or modifying card. So should we put Wispy on top? There you go. Look, you can see Wispy now. There's a little personification of Wispy. A clarifying or modifying card does what it says on the tin. It clarifies or modifies. Bye, Melinda! I've just seen the message in the chat. Bye, Melinda. I hope you are with us on Sunday. If not, have a lovely week, my darling. Have a lovely, lovely week. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you very soon. Right then, what was I saying? I completely lost what I was saying. A modifying or clarifying card. That's what I was talking about. Page of Pentacles. There's a link here to the Ace of Pentacles with this card because the Ace of Pentacles also has this root or this bulb that it always looks to me a little bit like a snail or a sea urchin, but... Oh, it's not going to focus, is it? Of course not, because I've set it not to. But I actually do believe it's a bulb, right? It does look like, you know those crabs where they... what are they called? Hermit crab. Is it a hermit crab? Where they lose their shell and then they find another shell and they take that as their home. And then you see them like with an empty cup or something on their back moving around because they've done that. I think that's a hermit crab. Anyway, it does look a little bit like that, but it is actually a bulb, right? So it's got shoots coming off the top and what always looks like legs to me is actually roots. And this isn't sand, it's actually soil. It does look though like it's somebody on the beach with a hermit crab because this looks almost like a beach ball, but it's not. Honestly, it's not. So this is linked to the Ace of Pentacles because the Ace of Pentacles has this same bulb and it's about growing and preparing things for the long-term future. Now, the pages are all about youthful, can be naive, but youthful energy. So this is saying it feels like June is going to be a good month for you, Culture Envy, in terms of growth and in terms of that, building on successes, building on finances, building on savings. It really does feel like it's a really good time for you to start putting longer term plans in place for career or for work or for even just for, I want a holiday at the end of the year. I need to save some money for it. Whatever it is, it really does feel as if this card is suggesting that June is going to be a really good month for starting that process. Now then, let's have a look. We go with where you are right now, my darling. Strength card. Okay. What you need to know coming up. The 9 of Swords. Okay. And the outcome for the month, the 9 of Cups reversed. Right. Okay. So, looking through the lens of this Page of Pentacles, the Strength card... Oops. Is everybody still here? My screen's just done a thing. Oh, I've got no monitors. And it looks like we're back. I have one monitor. Come on, monitor. Yay, there we go, we're back. I just moved my feet. That's what it was. I just moved my feet. Strength is all about strength, right? It's not physical strength. This isn't you going to the gym and deadlifting 500 kilos. I don't know if that's a lot or not, but 50 kilos, whatever it is, right? It's not about that. It's not about you going and doing those backflippy things on the horse, in the gymnastics bit. It's not about that. This is about that inner strength that comes with compassion. This is about courage. This is about learning to be entirely true to yourself, right? Entirely true to yourself. You are this person is a caring, compassionate, loving, trusting person, right, who has a staffy. I have one of these dogs. We've got 3 of these dogs actually, but who has a staffy. And so this is talking about trusting and loving the fact that this dog doesn't have a choker chain on, which is good because choker chains are bad, but doesn't have a leash on, and they're trusting the connection. In a standard deck, I'm just going to move this wire. In a standard deck, it's talking about there being a lion, and the maiden puts their hand into the lion's mouth to pull out a paw tooth, or holds their paw to take out a thorn from their paw. That's what the card represents. It's that inner strength of character, if you like, that the card is representing. So it really does feel as if you've got this is going to be a month that's going to try you a little bit. It is going to grow things for the longer term though, okay? So it's almost like whatever these two represent, which I'll come to now, it's like it's going to, this is sowing the seeds for the rest of the year in a really important way, because in the what you need to know, the 9 of Swords is this month is going to try you, right? There are going to be some issues coming your way, and it's going to feel like nightmare fuel. It's going to feel like the world is collapsing around your ears. It's going to feel like you cannot, get rid of sleepless nights, because there is so much that you need to do. There is so much going on that you cannot process. There's so much happening, right, that it's overwhelming. It's going to feel that way at times. You need to remember that the universe will only give you what it knows you can handle. It might test you to breaking point. It might test you, right? It might make you, if this was a tree, for instance, right? It might bend that tree all the way over and start pulling at the roots, but it won't uproot you. I don't believe that any of us on the planet are given what we can't handle. It's how we handle it, and it's how we get through it in the long term. It may well be in the short term that you struggle. It may be in the medium term that you struggle. You've just got to keep going until you understand the lessons and you come out the other side of it, right? So even though at times during June it is going to be difficult for you, you need to have the strength to keep moving forward. And it does feel, though, that there's going to be some emotional times coming up this month for you. Some sadness coming in. Cups is your emotional suit. I always say when it's this way up, Cups is talking about loving, warm, family, potentially friendly, warm, cozy energy. When it's this way round, it feels like sadness, sorrow, grief, things like that, and or a sense of loss. Okay, so it is going to be, by the end of the year, you are going to look back at it and you are going to feel like, wow, that was a really terrible month. That June was a really terrible month. But remember, what happens this month is going to give you the strength to get through it. So you will get through it, and it's going to be sowing seeds for later in your life, right? there is a reason. Now, again, I'm not suggesting that this is grief because somebody passes over, or anything else. It could just be, you know, a situation goes bad in your personal life, or, you know, your work life. Something's going to be there as some issues that you're going to need to deal with, right? When we're kids, a lot of parents buy us pets, and they are pets like goldfish, hamsters, gerbils, rats, mice, even rabbits, right? So a lot of the time, parents will give you a pet. Those pets have really short lifespans. So you would think to question, why are you giving a 10-year-old child a hamster that's going to die in a year, 18 months, 2 years, whatever it is? Why are you giving your child a pet that is going to die? Why would you do that? Why would you not, if you're going to get a pet, why would you not get something that's going to live a lot longer? Maybe like a tortoise that will probably outlive you. Needs just as much or as little care as a hamster. Still needs looking after. Still needs to be, you know, fed and watered and all of that. Goes in a box during the winter time. Still needs, you know, you're still teaching the kids responsibility. Get them a tortoise. But no, parents buy children pets with short lifespans because it is a way of teaching them about grief and about how to handle death and the darker times in life in a way that a child can understand, and in a way that isn't, you know, the loss of grandma or whatever it is, right? That's why these things happen, so that as children we can start to process and start to learn that quite often pets die. It's why a lot of schools have classroom pets, because like we had stick insects at school. Oh no, the stick insects have died after 2 weeks. Oh wow, they've died. You know, what happens? We bury them, we do this. Some people will then talk about, you know, they've gone to heaven. Some people will talk about they've gone somewhere else. Other people will just say, oh, well, I just think they've, you know, closed their eyes and they're never going to wake up. Whatever it is. It's a way of teaching these things. It feels very much like this month, when you look back at it, this month is going to be a month where you are learning something similar, not about death necessarily, but you're learning something similar that will teach you lessons for later in life. Does that make sense? So whatever these issues are, whatever these hardships are, the fact that you've got strength and the fact that you've got the Page of Pentacles, which is a growth card, which is linked to the Ace, which is talking about child naivety and childishness, or childness, rather than it being about, you know, throwing a tantrum, like being like a child. This very much feels like June is going to be a month that is going to teach you some lessons, right? They're going to be hard. You're going to get through it. On the other side, so by the end of the year, you will recognize that it's taught you some new skills and some new coping strategies, some new ways of understanding yourself and the world around you a little better, right? And it's done it in a way that is going to set you up for the rest of your life, okay? Just get through June. Just get through June. You've got the strength here to be able to do it. Hopefully, my darling, that makes sense. Right then, I am currently without any comments or anything on my screen because I actually only have one screen fully working. I did move a cable with my foot, which, you know, then tells me that for that reason nothing is going to work. Let me just see if I can wiggle. Everybody's wiggling. Do. I need to get a new HDMI splitter. I think that's what I need. I need a new computer. That's what I need. Can't afford that for another few years. Right. It does look as if I can't pull the chat up that way. So let me see if I can at least pull it up on here. Yes, I can. Right then, let me have a look. You're just digesting. Sorry for the lack of comments. Thank you, though. Absolutely no problem at all, my darling. You'll get through June. You will get through June. 100%. Trust me on this. You will get through June. I don't honestly feel, right, there is nothing here suggesting that anyone is going to pass over. There is nothing here suggesting that it's going to be an overwhelming month in terms of, you know, I don't think you're going to be losing all of your family, right? I don't think it's going to be something like that. It doesn't feel like that. Whatever is happening for June, it will be tough lessons, but when you're the other side of it, when you've learnt that, when you've come through, when you've coped and you're out the other side, you'll be able to look at that. And just remember, whatever you are going through this month, whatever comes your way, Culture Envy, whatever comes your way, you can handle it. Get support from the people that care about you, your friends and your family, if you've got family that care about you and all the rest. Get support from the people that love you for who you are and your friends, and you will absolutely get through this. I promise. I really do promise. And I wouldn't say that if I didn't mean it, because you know I don't do that on this channel. But anyway, it is now just about 9 o'clock in the 9 o'clock at night here in the UK, and that is going to be us calling it a day for this evening. Thank you to everybody for joining us. Thank you so much, everyone, for spending the evening with us here on the channel. Don't forget, we'll be back on Sunday evening, 6 p.m. for the members only, and 7 p.m. for the main channel, for everybody else on the main channel. So do put it in your diary.
They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
'Cause she's a witch.
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch.
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back.
Bye.